know you guys are.
Great to see you guys again.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, it's great to be here, and we've finished phase 1, and I'd love to hear some stories. You all look great.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me,
Great. They're working
tell me
hard.
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Good, the bad,
I want to hear it all.
You know, in the beginning, it took some adjustment. You know, obviously, it was different than how we normally ate. But shortly thereafter, after a few days, you know, you kind of got into it, and then.
What
it
about
was
hunger?
good.
Did you
Feel hungry?
find-
Not really, because we have the strategic snacks that you taught us about. So there wasn't a lot of dips, you know.
Good.
So.
That's-
Yeah, I didn't have any dips either. My energy really stayed steady the whole time. So that was a great thing for me.
So it's interesting, the energy, lack of hunger, this is all because you're controlling the big swings in blood sugar that we talked about.
Right.
That's what the strategic snacking helps. And you know, when they talk about America supersizing all the time, like it's a conspiracy of food companies, we supersize when we're hungry, when our blood sugar is falling.
That's
That's
true.
when we want, and we're also tired, irritable, all these things. So when you get rid of those swings, you get control over what you're eating, and you get an energy boost.
That's
and then it gets much easier. So it sounds like that's been a good experience.
Definitely.
The other thing that we see is often belly fat comes off first, which means inches, which means belt sizes. Any good experiences like that?
I
Kathy?
feel it in my clothes everywhere. I mean, every day I wake up, I feel my clothes are looser on me, especially my pants, and it feels awesome because that gives you the motivation to keep going. So,
That's great, and we often count that even more than weight because you know it's the belly fat that's dangerous and really makes us tired. And so when you get rid of that, you have more energy and you lose the craving. So that's great. Any other stories? Any
Yeah, the
skin, nails, or sometimes we hear about that?
My hair and nails, I feel like it's a lot healthier and growing and stronger. I feel like I have more energy now.
That's wonderful. And the thing about how you're eating, even though it's a first phase, and you're losing weight pretty quickly, because of the vegetables, the good food, it's healthy weight loss. And we actually there was a study done at the University of Miami about your skin improving.
Yes.
And we often hear nails, hair, and then that boost in energy. When you're not having the big swings in blood sugar, you're not tired, is irritable. Have any friends or spouses noticed better
Definitely.
mood? Or?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of doing the, ooh, where did that come from? And I'm like, I know.
my husband's noticed also. He tells me I look that everything looks loose on me now, so that's a good sign.
Oh, that's great.
Well, I
That's a
haven't
great
seen them in 2
feedback.
weeks or a little bit more, and they all are just going, "Ooh," and they keep going. Which
That's
is great.
wonderful.
They're really.
You know, one other aspect that we're concerned more and more today is about sleep. Anybody notice any differences in how you're sleeping? Are you more energy, so you're up all night, or
Well, you know,
sleeping better?
I've actually always been a good sleeper, but what's happening with me is, you know, before I started the program, you know, and I would have a pasta meal or something, I would eat and then want to crash. And now food is I don't have this need to sleep after a meal. In fact, I eat and now I'm ready for the next thing. So I don't have this weird cycle with the bad foods making me just want to.
Yeah, and that's it's funny. We hear about school in school kids. We hear about the sugar high. Teachers talk about it when they have junk food for lunch. It is getting better. They come in the classrooms. They're bouncing off the wall, and then they crash. And so that's great that you're not having the crash. And because of that, when you're not falling asleep during the day, that's one of the reasons sleeping at night is often better, and that actually is an important part of weight loss and the overall health. So it's just great to hear these stories.
No, definitely. Oh, sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
I think that all the added vegetables keep you really satisfied much longer, and you're constantly munching. You can have a bag or Tupperware of vegetables with you wherever you go, so that, you know, and some nuts, some healthy nuts, so you never really have that drop like you were saying. And I think it's a lot more manageable, you know, when you're trying to lose weight, to have those snacks like you suggested and to always have energy.
That's
Do you
great.
feel the
Nikki,
same way?
you
Yeah,
got,
yeah. Like one of the things that I noticed was Well, I really like eating what I want to eat when I want to eat it. And that was my biggest problem before. But you kind of get used to telling yourself, no, not right now. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to have that right now. And then once you get used to it, you do, I mean, it's really kind of self-fulfilling because you have power over food instead of it having power over you.
I'd love to hear you describe it that way, as power over food. Because sometimes we think, because after the big swings we talked about, when you feel crashing after a meal, you know, this is not psychological. This is physiologic.
Yeah.
And so when you get rid of the swings, you get control. You get power over your food. And for Sasha mentioning the high fiber, good vegetables, some of the protein you get in the nuts as well as good fats, that takes quite a bit of time to get absorbed. Your blood sugar goes up much more slowly, comes down slowly, and you feel better. You don't get those drops. So what you're describing is the physiology that we expect. And in this country, what's caused the obesity epidemic more than anything else is all the fast processed food.
Yeah.
That's wreaking havoc on our blood pressure. And the other part is, of course, that we're sitting over computers all day this instead of standing and moving. And I know you've been exercising.
Yes.
How
A lot.
How is that? Somebody's had the whip over you.
It's going really well, though.
Yeah.
We are all having results, so
Yeah.
it's great. The exercise is a lot of work, but it's good work, and you feel great when you're done.
Oh, and speaking...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So speaking of results, like yesterday I went to work and I was wearing these white jeans that I bought like a year ago that were like 4 sizes too small. I could not get them over my thigh. And not the high part of my thigh, like the low part of my thigh. Yesterday I had them on and I could button them without laying down on the bed. It was good.
I have news for that too.
Yes.
When I bought my wedding dress, it didn't close. I had this much space, and I tried it on last week, and it closed.
Yay!
That's the best thing in the world.
Do you feel more hungry after exercise, less hungry? Do you notice not much of a difference?
For me, at night, I seem to get a little bit hungry. You know, I'm okay with controlling the meals and everything all day, and then sometimes at night, I get a little hungry, so I have a protein snack, like you had suggested.
And that's using that strategic snacking, which is so important.
Right.
And I did want to say about exercise, because as a society, when we moved from the farm to the city, almost 100 years ago, but more and more, we did actually eat less, because when you're on the farm, you exercise more, you did eat more. But what we've known from particularly diabetics, but pre-diabetics are the country in general, with the swings in blood sugar, they are also decreased when you exercise regularly. So yeah, if you're exercising every day, you're going to eat more. That's normal, but it also helps get to lose those cravings, the swings in blood sugar, which is why the exercise is so important, as well as just burning extra calories. And to celebrate, let's toast.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm Dr. Agattson, and I'm here at beautiful South Beach with all my friends from Mission Makeover 3.
Hi!
And we've completed phase 1 successfully. On to phase 2.
Join us.